Neily on nutrition. I'm with Todd Whitthorne again, executive at the Cooper Aerobics Center. We're talking about vitamin D. So we talked about how you know if you're low. We talked about why it's important to be above the recommendation. So you're low. What should you do?
I think the first thing you should probably do is talk to your doctor about it.
Yes.
And if it's really, really low, they might want to put you on a prescription vitamin D. It's usually called Drisdol, and it will hyperdose you to get you to where you need to be. There is some debate, and I know in the medical and scientific community, synthetic or prescription vitamin D is called D2. That will get you up there in a hurry, but it won't last that long if you go off of vitamin D. There are some physicians and some of the researchers that recommend vitamin D3, which is more of the natural vitamin D, and that even though it takes a little longer to build, it will stay there and be better and more bioavailable. There is debate there. I think the main thing is just to get your level to where it needs to be. Talk to your physician. In general, there's a rule of thumb that is very, very broad that 1,000 IU of vitamin D will raise your blood level 10 points. So if you're at 10 and you start taking an extra 1,000 international units per day, it'll take you to 20. Now that seems to work when you're real low, but as you start to get higher, it doesn't work as well. So it's easier to get from 10 to 20 than it is, for instance, from 40 to 50. That being said, everything that we see at the Cooper Clinic and everything that I've read says one thing: we all are different.
Right.
And so there is not a one-size-fits-all prescription or dose for vitamin D.
Right. People
ask all the time, how much should I take? Our recommendation is a starting point is 2,000 international units. That's what we have in all of our adult formulas of Cooper Complete multivitamins. But that's just a starting point. It really depends on where you want to be. I want my level to be higher than 30. I like to be in the 50 to 60 range. Right. So for me, I have to take 5,000 units a day. Everyone is different, and it really depends. Again, it's kind of seasonal. Vitamin D can be seasonal because obviously there's less sunshine available in most parts of the country in the wintertime than in the summertime, and you have a different lifestyle. When it's cold, you're wearing coats and you don't go outside very much. So it really will vary. It is interesting, some of the data as it relates to just mood, and kind of your energy level, because you've heard of SAD, the seasonal affective disorder. And
that's why I moved down here from Chicago.
Exactly. Good point. And what happens, in the springtime, you go out, you go, to the lake, or you do something outside, and suddenly you have a little more energy. You got a little spring fever.
Right.
So it is interesting. The body responds beautifully when we treat it the way we were designed. And we've been making vitamin D for a couple million years.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we're getting enough, and whether that's from the sun or from supplements, just make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Great. Vitamin D wasn't even on the radar a number of years ago, and now it's all you hear about. So it's great to have some real solid information. Thanks so much. Any take-home messages?
Well, I think, again, get it measured.
Okay.
If it's low, don't be surprised, and get it corrected. And work with someone that knows what they're doing, ideally your physician or healthcare provider, registered and licensed dietitian. Talk to somebody that really knows what they're talking about. The research out there is overwhelming. I mean, it's everywhere. So someone that is not up on vitamin D is just not really reading the literature. Right. But we do know that it's something that's easily correctable and can be incredibly beneficial, especially for a lot of people that have aches and pains and just, it is amazing that when you get their vitamin D where it's supposed to be, suddenly they feel a lot better.
Wonderful. Excellent. Great information. Thanks so much, Todd.
Sure.
Thanks for watching Neily on Nutrition, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.